it's time to do a little unboxing. It's a snowboard box, that's for sure. I really know because it says snowboard. I believe it's a nitro board. And it was a special project board made for the Layers snowboard movie. And I just did an interview with Jyri, one of the producers of the movie. And we'll be able to watch that after my unboxing here. But I just wanted to share my joy to see a new snowboard come out of the box. Whoa, come on, come on, come on, come on. Here we go. Oh, very cool. Look at that. Layers. Nitro. It's people's names: Kidwell, Jerry Lopez, 1990, Boreal, Absinthe. There's like brand names, people's names, cultural words, all built in. This Nitro snowboard is a climate neutral product. Pretty cool. Wow, this is nice. Thank you so much. So we're going to watch an interview that I did in the car for about 25 minutes with Jyri Paayamaas. That's how you pronounce his name. Not pajamas. Paayamaas. And he produced and directed this movie called Layers and a whole bunch of other movies. Pablo Films is their production company in Finland. And it was a pleasure to meet and work with him last year for this project. And a real pleasure to have him come back and snowboard. We did a little riding today. And then we got to talk in the car a little bit about his history and a little behind the scenes about the movie. So enjoy that. And it was not enough time. We could have talked for much longer, but always a pleasure. Thanks for coming, and thanks for the board, guys. Really appreciate it. Welcome to my crib.
Welcome to my crib.
Yeah, that's for the back.
Yeah.
And even like up high in the shoulder blades.
Yeah.
And if you push,
yeah,
it's really good.
I keep this in my car too.
You have the same one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's the one without the spikes.
Without the spikes, yeah.
I think it's just
like
a bit too.
This one.
Yeah, but I like this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine is kind of like bit too soft maybe, combined with the car bench.
And the seat is soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have it a little hard,
yeah,
then you can get some good pressure.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
That was a fun day.
Oh, yeah, feeling a little sore.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, not sore, but you know.
Back like burning.
Ankles.
Yeah.
My ankle and knee starts to get a little tired.
Yeah.
Especially with the big board, like the big fish.
Yeah.
It's quite wide.
Yeah.
And then you have to really like push it.
Yeah.
And ride kind of hard. So it tends to get a little tired.
Yeah. But my right ankle is also a bit stiff, stiffer than the left one.
Yeah.
So I just have to like kind of like unlock it before riding a little.
Kind of. Why is it? Did you have some injury or?
No, I've never had an injury in my ankles, but multiples in the knees and my back. So
right. So it probably affects.
Probably have affected.
Right. You can tell we're getting old because we're talking about pains in the body right away.
Yeah. Next.
How old are you now?
42.
42.
Yeah, just turned 42 this December.
And when did you start snowboarding? Like what age?
I was actually about to ask about it from Jaakko because we started about the same time. I think Jaakko started like a year before me.
Okay.
With like stiff boots and hot snowboard.
A hot snowboard, really?
Think, yeah.
No way.
And the next Christmas, actually, I never rented a board. I told my mom that I'm gonna start snowboarding, and for Christmas I got a board. And I was so stoked when I saw the package under the Christmas tree. And then my mom is always telling me like, and when you open the box, you can see from your face that you were so disappointed. Because my mom went to this secondhand store and kind of like they sold her the crazy banana board with Crazy Creek binding. I think it was Crazy Creek bindings and boots.
No way.
Yeah, I think I rode it for a week and then I forced my mom to buy me a new board, like a twin-tip baseless bindings.
Sick.
Low, what do you call it? Like the
Low backs. Oh, okay.
And the Airwalk half pipes. You remember? Like super short boots?
Short boots.
Yeah.
That's like 95 or something like that.
Yeah, 90.
Probably mid 90s.
Yeah, something like that. Actually. Yeah.
Oh, that's too cool though.
Evil board.
Evil board.
Yeah. Evil.
That's rad.
Yeah.
So that was your start.
Yeah. We started doing it with a bunch of homies, and it wasn't something that we decided together, but somehow everybody just like got sucked in a way, and felt supernatural. And basically, like all the friends from the 6th or 7th grade, or me and Jaakko have been friends since 6 years old. So kind of like all those friends from those times are the friends that I basically still go out with.
Right.
That's kind of like the group that we stayed.
Same group.
Yeah. Same interest. Skateboarding, snowboarding. Skateboarding not too much anymore.
Right.
Getting older.
Right. More snowboarding.
Yeah. We actually had our company. We had this. I don't know how to call it. Like just like company day. Just with the crew having fun. Usually people would go just drinking, but we rented a skate park, and we had a private session there. And one of my also old friend of ours, Pekka, he broke his hand at the ripe age of 40.
Oh, ouch!
But it was like broken, not like a little, but it was like you can see it. When I was holding his hand like this, let go, it would like.
It just fall off.
Like 45 degrees.
Ouch.
Yeah. And I guess that he's done with skateboarding. He was actually supposed to come here with us. It was kind of like his trip, that he was the one that ignited the talks that we should go to Japan.
Okay.
And now it sucks that he's not here. He's actually doing all my work at the office at the moment.
No way.
Yeah.
We should go to Japan.
Yeah.
And then you could leave him. Okay, you take care of the work. No way. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
In your original crew though, like those guys, were there someone who became like the pro rider, or were you?
Yeah, there was like bunch
Who was the closest?
Like there was like a bunch of kids that kind of made it, and they made it. They had a career. Anyway. So like probably the most name from that crew, because we went to Serena, which is an place in Espoo. I think like 65 meters vertical or something like that, so it's a bit bigger than Talma, which is like 54 meters.
Right. 10 extra meters.
Yeah. So it was kind of like a tight crew, but Fredu Sirviö, Risto Ruokola, they were riding for Stepchild and Tech 9.
Okay.
Kind of like street kids.
Street style.
Yeah, street style. Some other guys like Antti Seppälä, there was a bunch of like really good riders, but not kind of like maybe not the same as some of those like from Talma or like Eero and Heikki and those guys.
Right. They became like more global.
Yeah.
Stars.
Yeah, but still like a bunch of really good riders.
Yeah, that's my image of Finland. Is like the general level is really high.
Yeah.
And then there's some guys who are even maybe higher, or just maybe have a certain situation, the brand or their style or the timing.
Yeah.
It makes them like the really famous one.
Yeah.
But there's so many guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember in the 90s, the late 90s, there was like they called it like Scandinavian invasion or something. There was like some stories in US Transworld.
Yeah.
You know, about all the, not just Finland, like mostly Finland, I think, but Norway, Sweden as well, maybe. So many riders coming up at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how did you like get close to or start working with like Eero and Heikki and those guys? How did you connect?
That was actually like, cause me and Jaakko and a bunch of our friends, we started making our own movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jaakko already back then, he was pretty like innovational with his stuff. He had brought in the cable cams and all that stuff to the street set or whatever. And then I think that MacDog saw some footage of Jaakko filming with Eero. So Jaakko was actually hired to work for MacDog.
Right, that's what he told me.
Yeah, and at that time I didn't know Eero that well. Of course, we went to the same bars, and because everybody was living in Helsinki, so I knew the dude, but still kind of like not so close.
Okay.
So I didn't have his phone number or anything. But then I think Jaakko and Eero were thinking of doing a project together. This is probably like 2013 or so. And we already had a company together with Jaakko, because we founded Pablo Films 2008, and Jaakko was one of the founding partners.
Okay.
And so Jaakko and Eero had this idea, but then Jaakko left Pablo, and somehow Eero thought that instead of the project that was in the making at that time, or in the plans, he wanted to do a bit different approach. So he called us up, like at Pablo, me and my colleague Jukka, that would we be interested to make a movie with him, which was The Ender.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
So that's kind of like how we started, and we were like, oh, yep, we're doing it. No matter what the budget is, whatever, we're just gonna make this happen. Because we were working already in the commercials, and like Pablo started from snow movies, music videos, stuff like that. And then we went to commercials, and then now we're going back a bit.
Okay.
Doing snow movies, but with a different angle, that now we're actually telling a story.
Okay.
So kind of like all the things that we've been learning throughout the years, so we can combine all that and make The Ender.
Right.
So it's a documentary combined with the action parts. So put all that together, make something a bit different than maybe most of the snow movies. Of course, there's like storytelling pieces, and it was done before that, but you're like, yeah, this would be fun. But after that, we started working with Eero, and after Ender, I think we've done a project almost every year. Not like a big one, but something small, and some projects.
Something together with him.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
How The Ender was still sold as a DVD at that time?
It went to iTunes and
okay, it was on iTunes.
And what else? Like all those places, but it didn't sell that much, of course, because it was run through Red Bull TV for free after 1 month or something like that.
Okay. So it was mostly promotion through the Red Bull brand and that style. So that was, and what year was that? It's like
I think it was released 2015, if I'm not
about 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, 10 years ago.
10 years ago. Okay.
And then after that, it was really nice and fun, because after working on The Ender with Eero, then Nitro called us up like, hey, we have this idea that we would like to do a documentary piece about Nitro's story, which was the 28 Winters. And we want to tell it, but we don't know how to do it. And since you did Ender, we would like to do it with you guys. Kind of like,
cool. I see.
Or we will do it if you guys are in. Of course, yeah, we could do it. And after that, after making 28 Winters, Red Bull called us up and asked if we would be interested in another project about a girl, and we were like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. That we want to make it kind of like that it's same but different. And like that, telling a story of a girl is something still a bit different in the snowboard world. And that was something we really got stoked about it, and that was the Anna Gosser movie, The Spark Within.
Okay.
was supposed to be a 1-year project, ended up being 3 years. But it was nice. Like Red Bull wanted us to do it, and so did Anna, even though we had never met her. But she saw Ender and 28 Winter, so I was like, oh, I'm convinced that I would like you guys to tell my story.
Sick.
So she was super happy about having us on board. And I'm talking about we because all these movies is a collaboration. It's me and my partner Yuki, we call him. Jukka Metsaho. So we've been like I'm the producer of the films, but we are directing the films together.
Yeah, right, as a team.
Yeah, as a team, because we have different capabilities and different things that we are good at. I think that we just work really well together, and it's been like that for 10 years already. So why change it?
That's cool.
So the same thing was with Layers, the new movie.
And how did the Layers project like start? That was also Nitro saying, oh, we want to do this movie?
Yeah, so basically I think Andy and Knut called us. They were like, hey, we have this project that we are thinking of that we would like to talk to you about, that we don't know how to even approach it, but if you guys would be willing, I think this could be something interesting. They sent us the deck. We had another meeting and we were like, dude, you're crazy. Like, how many years were you planning to do this? Like, is this a 1-year project, 2-year? How much are you willing to invest? This is like huge.
Right.
How to tell the story of snowboard culture. Like, there's so many ways to approach it. There's so many stories, different people. It's massive.
Yeah,
like,
it's massive. Yeah.
But then we decided to go all in, like both parties. And Knut and Andy, so they had the original idea, and Knut basically or they came up with a lot of the people that we should meet and where should we go, because they are so connected all over the world. And what I loved about it, because the one thing that I already said in the beginning is that this is bigger than a Nitro movie, that this is about snowboarding. And if we make it too branded or too like marketing piece, and they were like, they stopped me talking and were like, no, this is not about that. This is not only about Nitro people or not Nitro riders, and they stick to their words, which was fucking awesome. Yeah, because we had it all, like from Suyi being the Burton star to everybody. Like, people didn't have to be involved with Nitro in any way, because they just brought something cool to the industry or to the scene. Right.
Yeah, it's incredible. That's so rare. When you told me the concept, and then when I of course watched the movie, I'm like, I can't believe they actually were able to do that. And still have one brand being the main, sponsor, obviously, Nitro. It's like, what did the other brands call up and say, thank you so much. You guys made a movie about our...
No, actually they didn't.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, actually. I don't know it, because they go straight to Andy and Knut, but kind of like in the background, making stuff happen with them. And but I actually don't know. Maybe they should.
They should. You guys went to so many places, and meeting so many different people, both pros and maybe not pros, the shop people, and, it's all different. But like, what did you like? Because I'm sure there's so much more that didn't make it into the movie, right? There's more conversation, more things. Like, what did you learn or gain from meeting all the... Did it change you in some way, your thoughts?
It did. It for sure it did. Like, if I think about it, that I've been snowboarding for how long? 30 years or so. There's so much to learn. Like, I told also one thing that I told Knut is that like a lot of the people's stories are pretty similar. That we have to differentiate the stories or the angles that we go into these trips. That there has to be something that we kind of like a goal that we are driving to. Because if we just talk about stuff, it's like, yeah, I love snowboarding, that's what I do.
Right.
And yeah,
it's all pretty much the same. Like, snowboarding's awesome. Yeah, sure.
And everybody is awesome, but if we just keep on repeating that's like trip after trip, there's no story. But the one thing that I started to appreciate more, and actually I started missing it, was that, for example, in Helsinki, I think we have like 1 or 2 snowboard stores, like pure snowboard shops. And that's something like when I was a kid, that's like if I take the bus and go to the town, I would go to, first thing I would do, I would go to a skate shop, snowboard shop, hang out, watch the movies, ask if they have stickers, basically,
right.
As a kid, you know?
As a kid, yeah.
And you will learn, see people, learn stuff, see free movies,
right,
and all that stuff. And I love it. I still kind of like miss it, that you would have that hub to meet the people. And then I started thinking about it, that the first thing I Google if I go to a trip to a new town is to put in a, like, if I don't know what's the local shop, I put in like skate shop, snowboard shop.
Right.
Go there, ask like, oh, where should I go eat?
Right.
It doesn't even have to be like, hey, tell me all the secret spots that I want to go and shred.
Right.
But it could be like, where can I go eat?
Sure. Just culture.
Yeah. Because people like-minded probably enjoy at least kind of similar things. It could be like, hey, here's good quality food for decent price. Nothing too fancy, but they have the best price in town, for example.
Right.
And I love that stuff. That's like the best. So that was something that I kind of like was missing a little, or started missing, and somehow hope that the shops would survive, because I feel that the kids will lose a lot if that part of the kind of the community disappears in a way.
Yeah.
Because it's, for sure, it's not the board rental shop at the ski resort that you go and hook up with people.
That's true. Yeah.
And it's also, it's an easy access point to the sport, like,
right.
or whatever you want to call it, activity, sport, culture. I don't, like, for me, I don't care. But it's still a connecting point just to go to that store, meet people, talk, understand, oh, these guys are not intimidating, they're not to be afraid of or whatever.
Right.
This is actually cool.
Right.
And they're pretty.
Yeah. But even that, like, I remember even in Japan, there was like the, you know, you have the big shop, which is maybe like some big sports company, and they sell, you know, maybe like not such great quality stuff. And then you have more medium shop, and then you would have like the real pro shop.
Yeah.
And the pro shop in the 90s, almost a little scary. If you're a little kid, you're like, you know, there's like older guys in there, and they're all like, you know, tough looking. But you're excited to go in there, and you want to talk to them, you know, ask for the sticker.
Yeah.
But even that is kind of important too, to have like, you know, people to look up to, or maybe at first you're nervous, but then you become friends and you get a sense of like accomplishment.
Yeah.
You know, that's like super important, and maybe now it's really lacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody just looks at YouTube and then goes straight to the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all in all, like, there was so many like great people, great conversations that we went through during those 2 years of the movie process. Because, our plan was that we would share the trips, because, like I said, that is a co-directional thing that me and you be directing together. But in the end, so the plan was that I would do one trip, he would do this next one. That we would skip half of the trips, because on previous movies we were always traveling together and doing everything together. But for this one, we were like, okay, we both have small kids at home. Can we go away for so long period of times for 2 seasons, basically? Kind of like thinking more of the family also. But then schedules and life happened. I ended up doing most of the trips, basically almost all of them.
Really?
Yeah. But I love it, and I'm super happy that my wife is understanding. My kids, they don't like it. They don't want to talk to me when I'm away.
Right.
Especially the 5-year-old. She's like, no, I don't want to talk to you. But she's happy when I come home. So
Right.
that's cool. But what I was saying is that I was happy to do the trips, and it was like coming here and talking with you. That was like somehow eye-opening. That was one of the big things. I was like, how you explain Futofi Hidegaki.
Hitofudegaki.
Hitofudegaki. Yeah.
Nice. No, you said it good.
But kind of like the one solid line that doesn't stop, then goes all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
And by you explaining that and looking at the postcards after that,
Mm-hmm.
that the snowboarder is always in the bottom, not in the middle. Kind of like
Right.
doing a trick or something that probably US or European people would do.
Uh-huh.
And small things like that you pick along the way, that just like widen your perspective on like how to look snowboarding different. That's what I love about kind of like our position, I would call it, like our position, that we don't have to have any like answers, or we don't have to have opinions about anything, because it's so cool to learn about how different people think about stuff, and I just appreciate it so much.
That's awesome. And if you hadn't gone on the trips, you would not get that direct experience, right?
Yeah.
That's always like, it's hard to do so many trips,
Yeah.
but you do come back with something extra, right?
Yeah.
You have this extra experience that
Yeah.
you would have missed out on.
Yeah, and then actually what happens after the trip is done is that Jukka is actually the guy who goes through all the footage.
Okay. He does the editing.
Yeah, so so I produce and direct, and usually if there's like interviews for Layers, Eera and Knut were doing them, but we did a lot of the writing, kind of like the questions and thinking of the angles that we would be aiming for. But so I would do the interviews, and Jukka is directing and editing.
Okay.
So Jukka goes through the footage. We have a pretty good system, because the different type of guys. So Jukka can stay in his cave for 3 months and just like focus on the edit.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm a bit more loose, that I can just do things for a certain amount of time, and then I'm off to something else.
That's good. That's a good work balance.
Yeah, so Jukka does that kind of like the heavy lifting in the edit, and then we go back in together, watch it together, have a conversation. I pick up points like, I think we should make this angle stronger, drop that off, do this, do that. And what we usually do is that the first version of the movie is always like 2 hours plus.
Right.
Then we just start cutting it down.
Right.
Because it's super easy, like from 2 hours to 80 minutes, for example. You can do the cut down in a few days.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like, just kill that, go straight to the point, kill that. But just to have the big picture somehow on the timeline, I think that's needed. Just to blow it out and see what you have.
Right. Start to cut it down.
But it works, because then you can see it in the edit, that it's not something that I have created in my mind on the set, for example, that this is cool. If the footage doesn't support it, then it's not cool enough.
That's right. That's right.
So then we can go, he makes the edit, the first round, then we watch it. I could be like, hey, that we are missing this thing that I thought that we should put in, and he's like, yeah, but we didn't have that footage.
Right.
I think we had. No, we didn't. It's just something that has happened because we can't be filming all the time.
Right. But it's in your brain. You remember it, but it's not in the camera. Yeah. Well, now that you're, like you said, 42.
Yeah.
But you're still like making these snowboard related movies.
Yeah.
Do you think that you will continue, as you even get older, 50, I'm 52.
Yeah.
And I'm still like making because I like it.
Yeah. I'm a fan.
Do you think you will continue to want to make something related to snowboarding?
For sure. We are already making a new project with Eero.
Oh, that's right. Okay, you were telling me, yeah. So it's not stopping anytime soon.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I really hope it won't.
Yeah.
Like I'm already I'm talking with Nitro, like we should do something with the footage that's left in the can, you know?
Right.
Like from the Layers
From the
movie.
Layers
Like,
movie? Yeah.
Just small edits. It
You
could
should
be,
do so many small edits from
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
and also like of course I have been thinking about it that from 2014 we probably have like 300 plus terabytes of footage of interviews, like from the Eero movie to Anna movie and Layers and 28 Winters. Like we have interviewed so many people.
Right.
And like what's happening now, 10 years ago it was a bit different.
Right.
So
True.
we have a lot of footage.
Good archive.
Yeah, good
footage.
archive. So
Yeah.
it would be interesting to, maybe not now, but maybe someday.
Maybe
Who
even in
knows?
another 10 years.
Yeah.
Then it's 20 years old.
Yeah.
And it becomes even more interesting.
Yep.
It's like wine, you know, it ages.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if something doesn't seem too interesting at the moment, in 10 years, it's like, whoa, look at those guys. They are riding without a helmet.
Right, yeah.
You know?
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, exactly.
Because things
Exactly.
change so fast.
So fast, yeah.
Yeah. So,
True.
yeah, like this year we went to, no, last year. Yeah, sure. We went to Kleppen in Sweden.
Uh-huh.
And people were like, oh, mandatory helmet.
Mm.
And we are filming. What is this?
Really? Mandatory?
Yeah.
On the resort?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah. And also
Wow.
China, everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
All mandatory?
Yeah.
Really?
I was standing like under the lowest lift, filming some like turtle butts or something, just
Right.
like the kids wearing those like
Right.
funny
The turtle.
turtle butts, and I was standing there, basically behind the first lift without a helmet, and they came to me like, "Hey,
Oh,
helmet on!
helmet.
You're at
Really?
You're at the ski resort."
No way. So even just walking around with the camera.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I put the helmet on today so I can practice.
Yeah,
I'm still not very good at it.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
It sucks to suck with the helmet. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna start doing it.
doing
just-
it.
At least for my kids.
We got kids now.
Yeah.
That's right.
No,
Well,
but
thank
for
you, man.
sure, for sure.
Thank you for the chat.
No,
it was
thank
good to
you.
learn something.
Yeah, hard to say.
Special guest, Jyri.
Hello. Sure pajama. That's what I call myself. Every time I go to States. I'm
Yeah.
like, do you have a reservation? Yeah. It's Mr. Pajamas.
Mr. Pajamas.
Yeah, and they're like, oh,
Nobody says it right.
Yeah, because it's 5 A's in my last name. So
Right.
it's like Paayamaas. No way. Pajamas? Oh, we have it.
We have it,
They're
yeah.
already laughing at my name.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Good.
for sure. I hope that there's gonna be more projects coming in, and hopefully also more proactively searching for new. Who knows?
Right,
Maybe
right.
we do something together in the
Let's
future.
make it happen.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me.